driver's side front wheel bearing is making horrible noise. It sounds like it's, in her words, she thought she had a branch under the car that was dragging, and sure enough, when I drove it, it's making horrible noises. I just replaced that wheel bearing too when we got her that car matter of months ago, been less than a year. So my assumption is that the wheel bearing failed, but we'll get that swapped out. It's very, very slight, okay, very slight like this, but the wheel hub is wobbling inside the steering knuckle. It was a lot more obvious when the wheel was on the car. I should have done some wobbling, you know, to show that we could tell the bearing's bad. Oh, I can feel it. Even spinning this, I can feel it kind of crunching around in there. Bearing, it should be nice and stiff, you know, the wheel shouldn't wobble, and I can feel it, feel the bearing kind of crunching around when I roll it. So now it's time to press it out. There are two different sizes of bearings, and it's the width, okay? So I got one of each. Rock Auto had a good sale going on, so I got the 39 millimeter one, the thicker one, and the 33. I think this is a 33 on this 2001 PT Cruiser, and I believe it didn't really distinguish a difference between the wheel bearing hub, so I think this one is actually made for the 33. It looks to be the right thickness for that. So let's get everything pressed out and pressed in. Let's get some wheel bearing grease. we got the steering knuckle and the wheel bearing and the wheel hub pressed into it. And the first thing we got to do is press the hub out of the bearing, and then we get the bearing out of the knuckle. So got to get this all set up so we can do that. You want to get it as level as you can, and I typically will do the one arm here, and then this flat part here, and then this arm that sticks out, but it still looks a little crooked. Gotta have room for the wheel hub to come out the bottom. So now with that plate off, you can see how the bearing is pressed in that way. So we need to press it out this way. We can see this is the thinner of the two bearings, so it's the 33 millimeter. And we can also see there's kind of a different design going on between those bearings. This had like this black section here as opposed to this. Don't know what that means, but this bearing failed.